My name is Craig Travers. This is the Swim for Alligator Lighthouse event. It is a 9-mile swim in the ocean. That's 4.5 miles straight out and back. This is the third time I've swam in this event. My first 2 times in the event I placed second, and this time I did not finish the event. You can read my notes for more information. Okay, so we left the shoreline around 8:15 in the morning. The seas were very calm. The water was smooth as glass. The day was very clear and there was no overcast. And the water temperature was around 85 to 90 degrees, so it was very hot. In 2014, there were schools and schools of jellyfish. I was bit several times that year before the end of the event. In 2015, there was mini jellyfish, but not like 2014. I was bit several times again that year, and I have no idea what possesses me to go back to this swim. But it's a wonderful experience. I know that sounds crazy, but this year there are almost no jellyfish on the course. I was bit only once, and it was more like sea lice passing by. So, interesting environment this year. You would think would have been much easier to swim in. Another interesting point here about the swim. I've never been in an event where I actually was escorted by a helicopter during the beginning of the event. Can't remember anything like that. It's very cool, just a very cool thing to have that helicopter out there flying around with you on your way out to sea. Really enjoyed that. Of course, I like flying machines anyway, so that would kind of stand to reason that they would be in my video. Okay, so at the beginning of the swim, I felt very comfortable in my position relative to the other swimmers. After a time, I settled into a pace with the lead swimmer, and I was having no problems with my goggles, my cap, my suit, nothing with my equipment. I swallowed very little salt water during the start of the swim, and was pacing very well for the distance that we were swimming for the 9 miles, and I was very happy with this. A little further along, at one point I saw an opportunity to swim alongside the lead swimmer. This was excellent swimming for both of us, as we could see each other very clearly right beside each other, and this would have been an ideal position for both of us if we could have remained on pace with each other for as long as possible. But this ended shortly after I realized that I was potentially between him and his feet and with his crew and his kayak. So I backed behind his kayak and I regrouped with my pilot, and that was the last I had seen of him as I began to get distracted by the wonders of this event. Yeah, so I was really excited to review the camera footage we captured after the event. The first large jellyfish that we captured on camera, well, unfortunately, turned out to be a plastic bag. But the sea turtle was amazing. We got him in there, and that was really cool. And then the footage around the lighthouse, just incredible. Okay, so as we were approaching the lighthouse, we saw numerous cages of various sizes. I don't know their use, but they were awesome just to gaze upon. One of them reminded me of like a treasure box down there. It truly was magical. You're mesmerized by so much. Then at one point, we came upon this large object. It was directly in front of us. It was coming into view. At first, I thought it was a giant rock. Then, as we closed in, I could see him foraging on the seagrass. It was a giant sea turtle. I was so excited. He was awesome to just watch him taking huge bites out of the sea floor. And upon swimming over top of him, he sensed that we were there, and very quickly he used his large flippers. You could see him, and he just took off. He swam up and away to our left, and it was just a thing of beauty just to watch him just swimming away like that. And I was so distracted, I hollered out, "It's a sea turtle!" Swimming freestyle, and you can hear me in the camera there. I was just so excited now to see this on our tape after, to review the camera, just to hope that I got him in there. And sure enough, I got enough of him in the camera. It just was awesome. Okay, so ever so often I could see what looked like giant alien pods. They were hollow in the center and looked at times like a tire without a rim kind of thing. Some of the pods had something in the center, maybe like sea creatures are using it for homes, or it's just maybe the way that particular plant grows. I don't even know if it's a plant. I don't know what it was. I'm going to have to ask the natives about this one because these pods are very, very interesting. So coming up, this is one of the largest group of jellyfish we caught on camera. In 2014, this image would have been filled with hundreds of jellyfish. I would have had to surface dive to get around it, but not this year, not at all. There was no surface diving or zigzagging required. As clearly you can see here, there's maybe 4 or 5 in this group. So when we finally arrive at the lighthouse, you can clearly hear the birds chirping very loudly. There are very large birds that hang out at the lighthouse out there, and boy, you wouldn't think that any of the birds would even consider such a remote location. I mean, you're 4.5 miles out in the ocean, and all you've got is this one lighthouse hanging out there. But apparently that's one of their local hangouts. And on a final note, I would just like to say, not everything you do will turn out the way you planned it. Expect the unexpected and be prepared for when it happens. The best of luck to you, and enjoy. I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and thank you for watching.